Konnichiwa me, this is T Sakura, and you're watching Watami Files. First of all, I'd like to apologize for not having a video up for everybody lately. Been kind of crazy with E3 and been trying to be a couple of my games. Well, today's going to be a special video. I've decided to do top 5 Ant movies. And the reason I'm doing this is just because there's just a lot of top 10s, top 5, top 15s, top 25s, top 100s out there, but they're always genre or, you know, bigger to life things like the top 10 creature features, top 10 horror flicks, things like that. So I decided to go ahead and do my personal favorite, went through, I watched all of these movies and decided let's categorize them with something a little bit smaller. No pun intended. So here is my top 5 Ant films. In I know automatically there's a few people that are like, well, there's not that many out there. It's like, that's true. It's even harder because there's not that many good ones either. And there's a couple more that I'm definitely gonna have to go and watch just to, say I've watched all that I can get my hands on. So let's go ahead and check it out. I have my browser already up, ready to go. All right, so let's go ahead. Starting at number 5, we have Empire of Ants. This is the film from 1977, and it is very loosely based, as it says up there, off of the Empire of Ants from H.G. Wells. Just got on watching this one because I had to, check it out to see, because I like this I like the 70s movies and earlier, mainly because a lot of them do a really good job. And this one, I thought they did a really good job. It felt more like, a lot of the classic ones from that era. They did perfect on it. The only thing that makes this my number 5 is that you can always hear the ants, and they scream like a little girl whenever you're near them or hurt them. And because of that, it's number 5. I do like a lot of the effects. I love that they used blue screen whenever they could. So they actually used real ants in the film. They used, animatronics and puppets. And then whenever they were seeing it from the perspective of the ants, they showed it through the ants' eyes with a compound eye camera, which I thought was really cool. This is definitely number 5. My next one is going to be one of those that I'm actually surprised this is in my top 5. Even though there's not that many I've really seen a whole lot, because they are kind of hard to come by. But it's going to be. So number 4, The Hive from 2008. This is a very unique one, and one that was actually based off of a couple of them that are later in my films, my film selections. This one is going to probably be the only one I have with, the ants really being mostly computer animated. And a lot of the times with computer animated solely films, they don't do a good job. This one, they do a wonderful job. They use real ants in there, and they really, had a fantastic story. And I was really impressed with how they got it to where, they had these ants doing everything they want, and they had to bring in exterminators, the world's best exterminators, to come and kill them. And from there, the ants become one. Literally, they're able to create tentacles to grab things. They're the whole mass of gazillion ants are thinking as one, and they actually try to live in peace with humans, offer a peaceful solution. We will stop killing you if you stop killing us. Doesn't sound fair? That type of film. And I guess the reason why I'm very pleased with it is it's 2000 film. And with any of you movie buffs out there, automatically what I'm going to say, with 2000 films, they've lost it. There's just a lot of love in them making the movie that they don't have. And this one, I think they did a good job in keeping that love, even though, they really took the time to make all the ants as realistic as possible. So that was very, very nice. All right, moving on to number 3. which is going to be another one from the 70s, from 1974. You have Phase 4. This is a really unique one. I remember seeing this on the Sci-Fi Channel years ago. This is definitely one of my top ones. As you can see, it'd be number 3 because of how it goes. The ants, it's just like that classic book where the ants are taking over. This is definitely what the Hive kind of felt like. The ants are becoming super intelligent, but instead of wanting to live peacefully with humans, they want to rule humans. So you have the H.G. Wells right there as well. And I really like how, you have the scientists going, and then you have the farm family that join up with the scientist, and the ants their plans are fantastic. They make mounds with mirrors on them to try and bake them out of their thing after the ants actually go in and destroy the air conditioning units. I mean, I know it's totally unrealistic, but how they did it, they used real ants throughout the entire movie. Just the cunning that these ants, especially in the one scene where they poison the ants, but the ants are able to carry back a piece of poison to the queen, where she's actually able to create an immunity to the poison. Just fantastic how this film goes, and I don't want to give too much more away of it, just because there's so much. You just have to think, wow, these ants are fantastic. They plot their way to defeat the humans. And really, the whole time, you're just sitting there trying to... You cheer the ants during this movie. And that is why it's my number 3 film of ants. Just because they do that good of a job in this movie.